What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Hybrid Network as we continue our exploration of Stephen King's classic horror novel, It, dissecting the book in the original miniseries to better prepare ourselves for the upcoming movie set to hit theaters on September 8th. So, continuing with the exploration of the main characters in the story, I felt like it was worth the time to take a closer look at the sharpshooter of the Losers Club, Beverly Marsh. She holds a very special place in the hearts of the other members, going so far as to have smitten both Bill Denbrough and Ben Hanscom, and her character arc through the course of the book is quite interesting to say the least. In the summer of 1958, when Beverly joins with the Losers Club, she's a child that's gone through her own bouts of hell. While Bill suffers from the death of his brother and his debilitating stutter, Ben from his weight, and Eddie from his frailty and asthma, Beverly is going through a crisis of her own as she lives in constant fear of her father and his worry. Like many other characters in the story, Beverly is a victim of abuse from parental figures, hers being more physical as her father, Alvin Marsh, beats her viciously. However, it's not really due to him being a raging alcoholic, but it seems more irrational. He gets very upset at the thought of Beverly with other boys, being spoiled by them in some way, always excusing his actions for simply worrying about her. Worrying a lot. While there's no explicit mention of sexual abuse, Beverly's mother, Elfrida, seems worried about it enough to ask her daughter if she's ever been touched by her father, a phrase that confuses the young girl, to which she responds no. The main encounter Beverly has with It actually took place within her own home. From the drain in her sink, she hears the voices of several children calling out for Beverly to join them beneath the sewers, all begging to meet her before blood surges forward, spraying her face and flinging itself all over the bathroom walls. No one else can see the blood, her father completely oblivious to it when he goes to check on her, and Beverly is forced to live with it, staining her walls in the following days. The whole scene, I think, speaks volumes to Beverly's fears of growing into a woman, where she's in constant fear of the abuse she endures from the only prominent male figure in her life and of sex in general. The Blood Geyser, I think, in many ways acts as a symbol for menstruation. As her body changes and undergoes all sorts of frightening developments, the adults around her seem completely oblivious to these changes, or they just seem normal to them. The fact that she wouldn't understand her maturity is understandably frightening when faced with the fact that the figures you look up to seem to take it in stride and pay no heed to it. Coupled with her father's aggressions towards her having boyfriends and hanging out with the losers, and Beverly finds herself in a place where she's scared of maturing into something she's not ready for, terrified of growing up and continuing to deal with her father's abuse as she struggles to understand herself, a trap she unfortunately falls into in her adult years. However, after she and the losers defeat It within the sewers of Derry, Maine, she finally owns herself as an individual, facing maturity with open arms and even acting as a guide for the other losers to cross the bridge from childhood innocence into adulthood, or at least entering into maturity. Beverly becomes the heart of the Losers Club as she braves adulthood, taking each of the others in her hands and walking them there as well. She's not afraid of the changes to herself and her friends, but rather she sees it as a new chapter to shed free the shackles of their previous inhibitions and childhood worries, all personified within It. But that's actually going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the Hybrid Network to stay up to date on all of our videos as they come out. My name is Luke, and I'll catch you guys next time.